What's up, you guys? Is this plugged in? Are we good? Can y'all hear me? How's it going, you guys? So, today this is my first live on YouTube. Today we are going to talk about we're going to talk about movies, duh. But we're going to talk about all the movies I picked up on 4K Blu-ray this summer. Since it is Labor Day today, I know summer goes on for like a few more weeks. But a lot of people kind of say summer ends, end of August, things like that. And so with this big, Labor Day holiday today, I was like, why not? I collected a lot of Blu-rays this summer. Why not go through them, go live my first time on YouTube, try to connect a little more with you guys. Also, with that, I have my merch on here. There are so many options on my site, you guys, and today is the last day of 25% off for Labor Day weekend. So definitely go check that out if you haven't yet hopped over there. Anyways, let's kick it off, you guys. So we have 7 movies that I have picked up this summer on 4K Blu-ray. So before we kick it off with the first one, just a disclaimer: I do really love physical media. Look, streaming's great. I love the time that we live in where we can stream anything on the streaming apps that you can watch anything at any time. Either it's right there or you rent it or whatever. But for movies that I love, you guys can see it back here. There's something about like one, just owning the film. It's like owning a vinyl, which I'm also a big vinyl collector for music. Something about owning the movie, and also when you see a 4K DVD of something like with the proper setup, DVD player, TV, things like that, it just like blows streaming out of the water every single time, well, majority of the time. And so for every movie that I love and as my collection grows, I try to collect every movie I love on 4K DVD, Blu-ray. Okay, enough talk. Let's jump into the first Blu-ray that I picked up this summer, or just on this random stack. First one on this stack here, we have 1979 Alien. Can you guys see it? I don't want the glare to kind of get in there. Alien, the original Alien, where Sigourney Weaver was like third build on the Alien film. I saw this movie for the first time last summer, actually, as I was like doing a watch through of the Alien series for Romulus, which I really, really loved. Alien Romulus. As I watched this series, I had seen Prometheus before. I thought Prometheus was fine. And then on my second watch last year, I again thought it was fine. But the big surprise of the series, the watch through, was Alien, and I absolutely love this movie. I prefer this actually over Aliens, the James Cameron follow-up. And the reason for that is I like how tense and quiet and small this movie feels for like a space movie of people being hunted down by aliens, but it doesn't have the weight of the rest of the franchise lore on it, right? It is just that original small story, and it is the most terrifying one out of all of the films. Like I said, though, I was pleasantly surprised with Alien Romulus. I do need to pick up Romulus on 4K. That's still on my list to get. Anyways, yeah, the original Alien film here, let me try to get the glare off of it, does come with the 4K and Blu-ray inside there. I watched this for the first time the other night on 4K. It looked phenomenal, you guys. Like I said at the beginning of the video, blew the streaming content or whatever that's on Hulu out of the water. Like this looked through and through so amazing. Specifically the HDR, high dynamic range of the way that the blacks, because the colors in this movie, the film is so dark. It's set in space. And there are such like claustrophobic, scenes and moments like that, and it's so shot, like it's shot so darkly, and that the coloring of the black color, the way it pops on the back of the screen, is just phenomenal. And also the sound design on this, I do have like a setup in my living room. Incredible, absolutely incredible. Like again, like I said, 10 times, 1,000 times better than streaming. But just moments like that, and how the colors will pop on the screen, but then also just how much I love this movie. Might actually make its way into my top 10 favorite films of all time after checking it out for the second time. Anyways, talked about Alien for a little bit. Let's move on to the next one. And the next one we have Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction got the slipcover here with Uma Thurman there on the front. Now, first of all, if you can see this, I absolutely love this artwork on the front here of this film, or of this cover. I am a huge Tarantino fan. I love all of his movies except for two, and that is I don't like The Hateful Eight and I don't like Death Proof. But I do obviously love Pulp Fiction. It's one of his best films of all time. I am slowly, you guys will see later and as we go along, there are a lot of Tarantino movies in this pile. I'm a huge Tarantino fan, and Pulp Fiction is I feel like a must-have to own. I am going to go through all the Tarantino movies later on as he makes his supposedly last and final one, his 10th film that he's talking about, which was supposed to be like the movie critic thing. I think it was starring Brad Pitt, maybe. He canceled that. I think he should make Kill Bill Volume 3 with Uma Thurman and her real-life daughter, Maya Hawke. Who Uma Thurman had with Ethan Hawke, they're all great actors. Tarantino should write that film. Of course Uma Thurman would sign on. Like, that would be the perfect movie. Anyways, getting back to Pulp Fiction, enough about Kill Bill. This is, like some would say, regarded Tarantino's best movie. It's definitely his most popular and most well-known. On the inside, yep, same thing. We do have as with Alien, the 4K over there and the Blu-ray right here. And just this beautiful artwork again of it, with most of it being black and white, except for the red lettering and some stuff on like Uma, her lipstick, things like that. This movie is wild. Pulp Fiction, I mean, I'm sure everybody has seen it. Pulp Fiction is a wild ride, you guys. It's definitely not for everybody. Like, most Tarantino movies are not for everybody because they are like ultra violent, and can be kind of difficult to watch. And there are parts of Pulp Fiction that are definitely like that, but it is such a wild ride, and the way it's told, semi out of order, I definitely just enjoy it. It's like some of the best performances of people's careers. Uma Thurman, Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, John Travolta, like, seriously, great work in here. I have not seen this one on 4K yet, but I have heard that it looks phenomenal. It is like next on my list to watch. So, moving on from this, next up, we have Kick-Ass. Kick-Ass, starring Aaron Taylor Johnson, Nicolas Cage, and Chloe Grace Moretz. So this is actually the unmasked edition, like the steelbook that just recently came out. So you see, as you slide the slipcover off, their masks come off there. Pretty cool, pretty cool. You slide it back on, and then the masks do pop right back in. Very nice. It is a very, very heavy-duty, nice steelbook. I picked this up for about $30, I believe, on Lionsgate website. They have like a bunch on there that are on my list. They have a Requiem for a Dream like box set coming out soon. 4K steelbook coming out soon. Anyways, Kick-Ass. I love this movie. It is in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. It's super ultra-violent. Definitely way ahead of its time. This came out in 2010, and I don't think the world was necessarily ready for this movie, specifically like with the violence, the tone of it, and the things that hit girl Chloe Grace Moretz kind of gets into as being a young kid. The thing about this though, like, wow, the glare on this one is really, really bad because of that slipcover. So I'll try to hold it like this, but the thing with this one on 4K, it looks amazing, you guys. Matthew Vaughn, the director of this, who also directed Kick-Ass and the Kingsman, or X-Men First Class, Kick-Ass, yeah. X-Men First Class and the Kingsman movies, I think the first two, and other things like that. He has other movies as well. This film on 4K is so incredibly vibrant, and the colors just absolutely pop on screen, and not just like the green of Kick-Ass or the purple of Hit Girl and like the dark colors of Big Daddy over here and like that HDR stuff, but everything in the background is just so bright and vivid. Like, I almost had to turn the brightness down on my TV. Again, much better than the streaming quality. This video should just be like, I'm advocating for people to get physical media of their favorite movies. With the movie itself though, It is in my top 10, but I watched this maybe a week or two ago for the first time on 4K, and again loved everything with the 4K sound design, all of that, colors, everything, picture. But I actually liked the movie a little less, and I was like, oh well, this is the first time I've seen it in maybe 5 years, so maybe I'm just like growing up a little bit. Like the last time I saw it, I was 22, now I'm 27. Things are a little different from 22 to 27. You're a bit of a different person. And I just kind of like, I still loved the movie. I just loved it a little less. I wasn't as impressed by it, and that kind of made me a little sad. But the movie itself, like the quality of it is absolutely superb. You can see like Red Mist here on the back, which is actually my PlayStation name, so hit me up on there, Red Mist. Anyways, amazing movie, amazing 4K transfer here. Okay, moving on. Reservoir Dogs. So, another Tarantino movie here. Again, the light does not like this slipcover. Look at this beautiful cover, you guys. Just the red and white as the Reservoir Dogs are walking. This is hands down. So we talked about Tarantino earlier. I don't need to rehash what I was saying about Tarantino. This is hands down my favorite Tarantino movie ever of all time. I watched this at a very formative age. I think I was like 17 when I watched this movie, streamed it on Netflix. We're going to get into the 4K transfer of it in a second. Streamed it on Netflix, and it absolutely blew my mind. I think it was the second Tarantino movie I had seen. The first one I had ever seen was Django Unchained, which is really intense to get into for, I was 17 or 16 at the time, your first Tarantino movie. Anyways, grew to love the director. He's one of my favorite directors along with Christopher Nolan. But yes, the cover is the same. It does come off here. The light doesn't hate this as much. At the back of it, going through things of the movie. But just a stacked cast here, especially Tim Roth in this movie. My favorite performance of his. It also does come with the 4K over here and then the Blu-ray on this side behind this piece of paper. Like I talked about with Kick-Ass, Lionsgate does have a really awesome like Mr. Pink steelbook version of this, so definitely check that out. Unfortunately, like Pulp Fiction, can I slide this back on, please? Will it fit? Oh my gosh, struggling here, you guys. Like Pulp Fiction, I have not seen this one on 4K yet, and I might actually watch this tonight. There's another one in the stack actually that I'm looking at. It's coming up next that I actually want to show my fiance tonight. That might be, I haven't seen it yet on 4K. That might be the one we watch. This is definitely on my list. I was really busy this summer as I was collecting all these movies. But still, I've heard great things about it on 4K. I read all the reviews. I'm a huge movie nerd. I can't help it. I read all the reviews before I buy it. And so, I mean, I had to own this movie, obviously, because it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's in my top 10. Might even be in my top 5, actually. And after reading the good reviews about it, I was like, yeah, I'm buying it. I'm not having buyer's remorse. I'm going to get it. But I just haven't watched it yet. So if you have seen this one on 4K, let me know how it looks in the comments. All right, moving on. We have a bit of a controversial one. Jackie Brown, another Tarantino movie. I think this is the last one in the stack that I picked up this summer of Tarantino. Cool, welcome. Thanks for joining. So, picking this up. A lot of people, how's it going, Bob Filling? Leave a comment, smash that like button. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks. Hit me up on Snapchat later. How's your life going, dude? No. So, Jackie Brown is my favorite, again, one of my favorite Tarantino movies. And this one actually, honestly, like that could be a little bit controversial. This one does get a lot of hate. But I watched this for the first time in COVID. Again, nice. Do your homework, study hard, get those good grades. Anyways, watched this for the first time in COVID, again, like on streaming on my laptop because I had so much time in COVID, at like 2 a.m. Heard so much about it that people really didn't like about it, but I was honestly so pleasantly surprised. This is like my top 4 Tarantino movies. Again, the light doesn't really like it. I really, really enjoyed this movie. And again, unfortunately, like the other two Tarantino movies that I own, that are in the stack that I picked up this summer, I have not seen this on 4K yet, but I have heard phenomenal reviews of it. And like Pulp Fiction, like Reservoir Dogs, this one has a really great steelbook over on Lionsgate Limited, where I got the Kick-Ass one, but I think it's like $50, and I really like the movie. I don't know about for $50. Anyways, this I actually might try to convince my fiance to watch this one tonight. This is a really, really, really good movie. I've heard it looks amazing on 4K. If you last saw this movie or haven't heard like great, things about it, definitely either give it a chance if you haven't seen it yet, or go back and give it a second watch, because I promise you it's actually really, really, really entertaining. Okay, moving on. Second to last, you guys, we have the Tobey Spider-Man trilogy. Hands down, some of my favorite movies of all time. Tobey Maguire is my Spider-Man. This is like a theme for all of these that I've watched. I have not seen this one on 4K yet. Like I said, I've been very busy this summer. Honestly, tonight might have to play Helldivers. I don't know. Helldivers is kind of popping off. So, the Tobey trilogy, again, some of my favorite movies of all time, except for maybe the third Spider-Man, but the third one is like so bad that it's good. But the first two movies are some of the best movies of all time. Specifically, the second one, it's like one of the best superhero movies ever made. Again, like I said, I have not watched this on 4K, but I have heard that especially the first two, I think, or specifically maybe the first one, really keeps that film grain that Sam Raimi, the light really does not like this. The film grain that Sam Raimi really wanted, and some color grading as well. But these are honestly through and through, just especially the first two, just absolutely phenomenal movies that are high on my list. I think I'm going to do a Spider-Man watch through. I own all the other Spider-Man movies on 4K as well. I just picked them up for birthdays or things like that way back, not this summer. But this was on my list for a very, very, very long time. And I definitely need to get around to watching it, especially now that summer is kind of ending. But I absolutely love these movies. I've heard great things about them on 4K. If you've seen them, let me know what you think about them in the comments. And yeah, I definitely need to get through watching these. Sorry, guys, I lost my train of thought a little bit with this one. And last one here, we have my favorite movie of all time, The Shining. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, based off of the Stephen King novel, starring Jack Nicholson. Cinema royalty, this movie. And unlike the other ones I was just talking about, I have actually seen this on 4K this summer. And this is the best this movie has ever looked. Yes, it is still a dated movie, and it still came out way back in the 70s. But the film transfer, the work that I think Stanley Kubrick or whoever distributed this did the work on it, the transfer of it looks so incredibly, like the picture itself, just from the opening shot as they're driving down the mountain and to the Overlook Hotel, absolutely jaw-dropping. It like pulls you in instantaneously with the way that the picture quality looks on this movie, on the 4K transfer of it. Here's the back of it. Again, the cover of like the most infamous cover here. Danny on his tricycle there. And then inside you do also get the red and black DVDs, the black 4K. And the red Blu-ray in there. But the transfer of this, so again, like the picture quality I was talking about, but the sound quality, so that haunting score that this music has is absolutely incredible, and it is just like boosted in this movie, like the work that they put into this, not only with the picture quality but with the sound quality, what is just absolutely amazing. And I know I need to get through others watching them, but I might rewatch this here in a couple of days just because I love this movie so much. It is my favorite movie of all time. And it looks absolutely phenomenal, the best it ever has on 4K here. And if you have not checked it out, definitely check it out. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Anyways, you guys, there are all the movies I picked up this summer on 4K. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies Kind of a big haul for me. I don't normally like splurge on things like that, especially like 4K as expensive as they can be. Anyways, let me know your favorite out of this list here, or if you have seen any of them, let me know your thoughts on them. Also, let me know your summer 4K Blu-ray haul in the comments. Thanks you guys so much for watching on my first live here. And as always, I will see you guys on the next one.